I don't see her picture.
I see her as the 6th viewer. She didn't. She went online and joined in. Oh, here she comes. There she is.
All right.
All right. All right. I'm gonna hang up the phone now, okay, Meredith? Okay. So, Meredith, if your class can thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Okay. Bonnee, if your class can see, give me a thumbs up. You can hear me. Good. Thank you. All right. It looks like it's working. Can everybody hear me?
Yes. Thumbs up.
Okay.
So remember,
I hear you.
when we're listening, you turn off the mic.
Okay.
Do you see the mic there?
Yeah. You tell students to be quiet.
You have what?
Tell the students to be quiet.
If you guys can mute, everybody mute. Okay, everybody can mute their mics. Mute their mics.
All right.
Once you got to mute the mic, give me a thumbs up. Muted.
Thumbs up.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you the agenda. So what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is each school is going to talk about who they are and where they're from.
Yeah. No, it has to be red. It's muted.
Thing we'll do is that each school will talk about what they're studying, and then we'll talk about all the things that are on our list, which is Black Lives Matter, immigration, college, minimum wage, and there was one more I'm missing, but that's okay. Okay, so I'll have my students do first about us, and then how about we do Bonnee next, and then Meridith. If you understand that, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, good. All right, so I'm gonna have some students come up here and say about for like 2 minutes just where we are and a little bit about our school. Oh, who wants to do number one? Guys, somebody hang. Thank you. Okay, so come stand back here. Okay, can you hear us? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? Thumbs up.
Hi, my name is Hayne, and I'm from Oakland Charter High School. We locate in Chinatown near downtown Oakland. Our students' bodies are mostly made up Latinos and Asian Americans. Oakland locates in the East Bay, right across from San Francisco. Oakland is unique because we are the most diversity in the U.S. We're the home of the Black Panthers Party. Bruce Lee have lived in Oakland, and Tom Hanks has gone to high school in Oakland. Oakland is one of the 5 largest container port in the U.S. and in the top 20 in the world. Finally, we are the home of the Golden State Warriors.
All right, so I'm gonna mute my mic now. Bonnee, you're up, okay? How do I mute my mic?
How y'all doing? No,
Berkeley, go away.
Go ahead.
All right. Hi, my name is Tilly, and I am a 11th grader at Science Leadership Academy in Philadelphia, PA. So our school is based off of technology and the science behind it.
Our school is very diverse, I'd say. Like we have like all races, I guess. Like we have Indian people, we have Asian people, we have Black people, we have white people, we have Hispanic people.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Sydney, and I'm an 11th grader too. All of us are in 11th grade.
Don't you live in California?
Oh yeah, and I used to live in California, in Santa Monica. No, I used to go to Santa Monica High School. So yeah.
I'm Santana.
I'm Amir.
Berkeley. I'm from West Philly. And I love my school. It's very different, very diverse. And I'm glad that we wanted to. And I was just getting right to that. And we one of the top magnet schools in the country.
In the city.
In the city.
Country.
All right, mutual.
Hi, I'm Janet. I'm a senior at Capital, and we are a majority Latino school. So most of us in this school are Hispanic, and we're a low-income school too. And there's only 2 schools in Santa Fe, or 2 high schools in Santa Fe, and we have how much? We have about 15,000 students, 1,500, I'm sorry, 1,500 students in our school. And yeah.
I'm Lavender. I'm also a senior.
I'm Julissa. I'm also a senior at Capital High.
Hi, I'm Christine, and this is my sister, Joanna, and we are both Native American from Santo Domingo, Pueblo, and I'm a senior and she's a sophomore. Hello, I'm a junior at Capital.
Your name is?
Oh.
Straight out of?
My name is Alisa.
So can you want to go to the next thing, Meridith? Can you mute your mic, Meridith? Okay. All right. So the next round is going to be where the students talk about maybe what they're studying, and then maybe one issue that maybe is really important to them. So I'm going to have some students do that, and then we'll go again to Bonnee and then Meridith. Okay. So they're going to talk about what they're studying, and then what's an issue that's important to them. All right, who wants to do
Adam?
this?
Adam, I just want you to say something because our Santa Fe, New Mexican newspaper is here, how this all got started. How
Okay.
we got, please.
So the reason this got started is both me, Meridith, and Bonnee went to Yale together and did a fellowship, and we thought that be better served if they learned more about what other students are going through around the country, and seeing that they're not alone and that the issues that they face are similar issues that are faced around the country. So that's where we're going to get to the end, is that about the issues that all students are facing, and then maybe hear about what their take is, and maybe about that issue is also important in their community. So I'm going to let my students talk about what they're learning in class, and then maybe one issue that's really important in Oakland. Okay, here we go. Omar, you would it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Introduce yourself first, and then go ahead. Anybody else want to jump in on this?
Want me to start?
Okay, go. Get it.
They can hear me, right? Everybody can hear me?
Wait.
Everybody can hear me?
Thumbs up.
Can you hear me? You can hear me? Yeah, all right. So my name is Omar Al-Audi. I'm from Yemen. Yemen, raised in Oakland, and I'm going to talk to you about what we're studying here in our school. Our class is studying the presidential debates of 2016, and we are doing a project related to that. We have studied the Constitution, how it works, majoritarian versus pluralists, public opinion, polling, different types of government, and enlightened thinkers. As you see, we're dressed very formal right now at this moment because we're doing a project where we get up as one of the candidates and we do debates and try to get the class to vote for our side of the presidential campaign. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, next up, Bonnee, you want to go next?
Okay.
Okay. So we're also talking about the presidential debate in our class, but we're also incorporating feminism in politics because one of the candidates is a female. And then how it will affect our society. So we have been looking at several articles. We have looked at videos that are about the debate as well. And we're all putting that together into one final project for this quarter.
And you focused on 5 issues each.
Oh, in our groups, we focused on 5 issues each. So like 5 prominent issues, like perhaps police brutality or welfare, college tuitions, things like that. Immigration and education, yeah.
And what else did some of you focus on?
I can say. For my group, I focused on.
What's your name?
My name is Sarah, and I'm focusing on college tuition, immigration, and Islamophobia, because I feel like those topics are very are very common in America, especially with Trump making it worse and all that. So,
yeah. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Malika. I'm focusing on cyber attacks too because of something that happened at the DNC this summer. So I was focusing on how other countries might attack our nation's secrets, and also I was focusing more upon that.
Can I hear from a male perspective, Max in the back?
Oh yeah, sure. One of the topics that I'm focusing on is gun control, because like there are people getting killed left and right in the streets, and there's also cases of like mass shootings, like in Orlando. So yeah, I'm focusing on gun control.
Okay, we good? Okay.
Mute your mic.
Meridith, you're up.
Okay. Hi. Do we have to introduce ourselves? Yeah. Okay. I'm Christine, and we're standing for Standing Rock because we think that it isn't right to put a pipeline going through a reservation that is sacred to the people, and that the pipeline just could affect the drinking water of their.
And we're from Santa Fe.
We are also fully Native American and from San Domingo Pueblo, here in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
I'm Janet, and my focus is on immigration and how it's affected so many people, and how this presidential election has been really focused on that and attacking immigrants, not just like from Mexico, but like from all over the country or all over the world, I'm sorry, and how it's a really big issue in our school. We also have, I'm focused on Black Lives Matter, and last night we got the chance to go see Angela Davis in the Lensic here in town, in Santa Fe.
Well, I'm Jaleesa, and my focus is on college tuition. I think it's very important because at this moment, the outstanding student loan debt is over 1.2 trillion, and it continues to rise. And 2 out of 3 students graduate with some level of debt. The individual student loan is around 30,000, and it's something that the government needs to address now.
Anything else, Robin? Okay, give them a thumbs up and say thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? Any fascinating?
Any questions?
Okay.
Nope.
Mute.
So I guess what we'll do is you got every school brought up a lot of issues. So I'm gonna have BLM and maybe gun control, and then we'll go around real quick, and each group can talk about how BLM and gun control looks like in your community, and then we'll go to the next issue. So I'm gonna have my students introduce themselves. They're gonna talk for about 1 or 2 minutes about BLM and gun control, and then we'll Bonnee again, and then we'll go back to Meridith. Okay, if you understand me, give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. All right, they'll introduce themselves and talk. Okay, you guys ready?
Hi, my name is Ed, but you can call me Eddie for short. I'd like to talk about the Black Lives Matters movement in Oakland. it's especially relevant here because we have a huge population of African American people. Around 25 to 30% of them are African American. But the statistics don't tell you everything. A majority of this population is clustered. It's called clustering. They're clustered in neighborhoods where crime rates are high, poverty levels are high. It's the statistics don't tell you everything.
Talk about Colin Kaepernick.
Talk about Colin Kaepernick.
He's basketball. Oh god. Okay. Oh, he's no go. Oh, okay. Colin Kaepernick is from the Bay, and many schools here have shown support towards Kaepernick by kneeling before their games and kind of protesting as well.
The violence thing, yeah. Go ahead. All right, so Oakland. Oh, my name's Tommy, by the way. Anyhow.
Faustina.
Oh yeah, she's Faustina. So Oakland is a very violent cities in America, and it's partly due to gang violence and guns. And my friend here will talk about guns.
My name's Mario, and for gun control policy, California has one of the strictest gun control policies, so I don't know if really making it more strict is better. Maybe more background checks or more effort on the police to try to stop that. But then again, that ties in with Black Lives Matter, where we're potentially having guns or not having guns. So, it's complicated.
You could give it a thumbs up. Yeah. All right, Bonnee, you're up next.
Did you unmute the mic?
Yeah. So in our class, we've been dealing with gun control also. In Philadelphia, it really looks like a really different deal a little bit. Only because in Pennsylvania, it's an open carry policy. So you can have like a handgun. You can like walk around with a handgun. It's just that you can't have like anything like an AK-47 or any big clip type of gun, like walking through the streets when you're not law enforcement or anything like that. And I think that most of the city is like really clustered. The crime rate is really high, and I think that we're one of the cities that we're really pushing for amended relationship between the police and the community. So yeah.
Max, what did you find? You want to add something to that, Max?
Yeah. So like, there's.
Speak up, honey. Make sure your green is coming.
So, I think like we have relatively loose gun control, like the gun laws, and yeah, me in particular, I've been studying like the ease of access to certain weapons, like military grade weapons, and it's surprisingly easy to get like semi-automatic rifles, and these weapons can fire many rounds, and to use that for hunting or home defense is ridiculous. So yeah, and these weapons can find themselves like on the street, so that kind of results in like mass murder. Just a couple weeks ago, there was a man who shot a cop and injured other students. I think it was at University of Pennsylvania.
Yes, it
yeah, so like there are incidents like that happen pretty frequently in Philadelphia, and it's because of so.
So our town hasn't really had a lot of incidents with gun violence, but a town 40 minutes away has had incidents with gun violence. You guys may have heard of it when a homeless man was shot, and that has really affected our community because we're trying to like make guns less, or police less militarized, because they keep on attacking like homeless people in our community. And yeah.
And Johnny, talk about Standing Rock. Oh, everybody knows about it.
Okay. So, and Standing Rock, they have something to say about the guns at Standing Rock.
They're actually using rubber bullets shooting the protesters, and they're unarmed, and they're being shot by rubber bullets and by beanbags, and they're releasing dogs on the protesters.
Yes, they're using the dogs to threaten the people to back away from the construction site. And they're also pepper spraying people in the face, which isn't fair when they are unarmed and simply just want to protect the water source.
This has nothing to do with it.
It's called college. Learn about these things.
So yeah, I think makes us weird.
Okay.
All right, good guys. That was really good. The next issue we're going to talk about is illegal immigration, and this kind of blends in a little bit with college applications here in California. So talk about illegal immigration in California, but also talk about their college applications and what is available for illegal immigrants. So if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up that you're good to go. Good. Okay. All right. So, okay. So who's doing illegal immigration? I think is Alicia and you guys. Okay, hop on.
I want my space. Oh.
Hello. Nice and loud so they can hear.
My name is Kevin. That's all you need to know. Well, immigration in California has quite the remarkable history. Is starting with many different legislations that banned immigration from our country, from our state, and notably the ones against Chinese immigration and Mexican immigration. Even though we have a large minority population, it's quite insane how we've changed over the past years, because immigration in California went from nil to a giant growth. I'm not done. 2 minutes. It's quite interesting too, because now most of the people that help us are Chinese immigrants and Mexican immigrants. Mexican immigrants help us with the farming, as you know, California has a lot of immigration. Has a lot of Mexicans that help us for immigration. And Chinese immigrants have a terrible history with Angel Island and the cruelty of it. But we've made more legislation to help them, it's notably the one from 1965. That continue.
Hi, my name is Sam. So immigration affects most of our students as well. As our students came from immigrant parents or are immigrants themselves. And because of this, their dream to go to college is sometimes hindered because of their where they were born. And here she's going to talk about the process to go to college being an immigrant.
Hi, my name is Alicia, and I'm going to be talking about scholarships and I guess the hardships of most immigrant students go through once their process for college. Well, recently we've been applying for FAFSA, which helps pay some of the tuition to go to college. But then the difference, FAFSA mostly only applies for documented people, while the Call Grant, and Dream Act, right?
Yes.
And Dream Act, it only applies for immigrant students and undocumented students, which is kind of unfair since FAFSA maybe gives more money than the Dream Act, which kind of makes it harder for undocumented students to go to college and stuff. And also, well, recently they've been talking about DACA and definitely in the Supreme Court, which kind of unfair because DACA mostly only applies in California mostly, but while in the other states they've made this decision to not apply to every single state, which is kind of unfair since only California gets most of the benefits, since majority of the people are immigrants and all, who probably do most likely have a lot of undocumented students, and they cannot gain that benefits that makes it harder for most of them to go to colleges. That's how you know how unfair it is to be documented and undocumented.
All right, Bonnee, you guys are up on the immigration or college issue.
Okay. Do I start? Next, you can go. Next, you can go. So we mostly like focused on immigration and like the benefits of it, like on college too, and not college, immigration in terms of the process of becoming a citizen. We feel like the process should be easier, and I guess I could talk about like the benefits of immigration. Basically, statistics show that immigrants that come here create successful companies, which creates more jobs and helps the economy. They bring their culture in also. There's been a lot of diversity so far in America, and there's been different cultures, and people get to understand each and every culture, which helps us understand like how the world works and how everyone else, like where everyone else comes from and stuff. So
and yeah, so there's this whole idea like that's been tossed around by like the media that undocumented and illegal immigrants, they're criminals, which is just not true. Like 99.9% of them are good-hearted people, and that I think is a result of that is the process to become a citizen is like incredibly slow. It can take like a decade or more even to become a citizen, and I really think that should be like the process should be sped up because it's unfair for a lot of people to have to wait so long to get their citizenship.
And I think like when I was doing my research for immigration, I think we shouldn't just admit everyone. I think there should be a limit to admission of immigrants each year. But I think we should admit those immigrants that actually benefit the country in some type of way with their education, powers, or anything. But I don't think so. We should just have immigrants keep coming in, but like have a set of immigrants that can come in the limit of years.
Good.
So for immigration, we focused on how it's affected families. Like me personally, has really affected my family because about 4 years ago, my mom was detained by ICE. So, and in 2013, 72,000 parents were deported by immigration, and we see a lot how it affects people in our community because a lot of students here at Capitol are undocumented, and they don't get enough resources so they can like better their education or get a secondary education. And we really do focus on like helping immigrants like and their families to like prosper. And so yeah, and we really do focus on families because a lot of families have been separated here in Santa Fe because we have so many Hispanics here. So we are a community that's really affected by all of these immigration laws, and we see how hard it is, the struggle of being an immigrant, because it's like our day-to-day life.
Is there anything to add about the college? The college question? Yeah, college, about being in college. Or like a plan. You said it.
So I'm going to talk about being an immigrant in college. And so I have DACA, but I only have it until while I'm studying, you know. So even if I do go to college and I do get a career, what happens after that? Because I will no longer have it. I will no longer have a social because I'm not studying anymore. So even though it does help while I'm studying, it doesn't help afterward when I get a career.
Anything else?
So just tell them we're good. We're
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Okay.
You know, I think you should talk about it. You're the first peoples in this country.
First peoples. I don't know what to say about that. We're representing Standing Rock, and we just want to say how it isn't right to build a pipeline going through a sacred land, and how it can not only affect the people who live around them, but also the Sioux tribe's culture.
And
Did you want to say something?
And it really is about First Peoples, guys. Who's me first?
So the next issue we're gonna cover is gentrification and the minimum wage. So kids are coming in here. So how about Bonnee? You guys go first, then Meridith, then me. So minimum wage and minimum wage and gentrification.
Minimum wage.
Go ahead, baby.
Okay, so
You have to speak up. Oh, mic is on.
So I did research about minimum wage, and while researching about minimum wage, I found out that like the national average is $7.50. Some states have more minimum wage, some have less. And while researching, I found out that if we increase national minimum wages, many businesses, like small businesses and food chains like McDonald's or Burger King really like fired their employees out. In like 2011, there were like 7 million, I believe. I think 7,000 machines that replaced employees in McDonald's for ordering, and I feel that's wrong because if we keep raising national minimum wages and then the owners of these businesses believe that they're not receiving much profits, they'll start firing more people, which will lead to a national increasement of the unemployment rates, and that's just not really cool. Like, I mean, not really good. So it's not right to. We have to find a balance between national minimum wages and increasing and making sure that businesses don't fire employees.
Yeah. I just wanted to add. Oh yeah, my name's Alyssa, by the way, and I just wanted to say I was also going to say we need to find a good balance because at the same time, I think I found in my research that like years ago, families living off or like people living off just the minimum wage could fare better than today because it hasn't changed that much. And yeah, in order to have people be able to be paid around the minimum wage, and for like what Malika was saying, for businesses to not fire people so it doesn't lead to that, we need to find a balance in the middle where people can be paid enough, but people also aren't being fired and things like that don't happen.
Minimum wage.
Hi, my name is Lavender, and here in Santa Fe, our minimum wage is pretty high. It's about $10.91.
Same as San Francisco.
Same as San Francisco. But here in Santa Fe, we face really high rental and housing payments. So it kind of cancels out for our minimum wage, and it doesn't really help for our lesser and poorer communities that can't really afford the housing here. And yeah.
And a lot of teachers have to commute back to.
And with high rent in Santa Fe, a lot of people live outside of Santa Fe and end up having to commute back into for school and
including teachers.
Including students and teachers.
Anything else, ladies? So.
All right. How we doing? So, we just had a class change, so there's gonna be some different kids here. If you're good on time and we can keep going, give me a thumbs up. If you're good on time. If you guys need it to stop, everybody's good on time. Okay. So the 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. All right, that works. Okay.
My name's Anna, and I wanted to also elaborate on minimum wage and living wage in Oakland. Oakland's minimum wage is actually $12.25, which is really high in the U.S. But gentrification, which is also happening in Oakland, is happening really, really fast because Silicon Valley and SF has a really big tech industry, which is really close to Oakland. It's causing a lot of gentrification to happen, and a lot of people, specifically in Oakland, are getting kicked out of their homes because rent is getting too high.
The issue of gentrification hurts people of color communities. Gentrification has an economic, societal, and public health repercussions for communities of color. It is a systematic colored people from their homes. People of color are also criminalized in their own cities because new people feel that they're in danger. For instance, our public transportation system is BART, and newcomers of Oakland complain that they would have to be cautious of the cities that they're going to because of the ghettos they call are unsafe for them. And culture shifts lose community safety net. People feel that they're displaced.
Oh, my name is Teresa, by the way. Hi, I'm Julia. So Oakland's a textbook example of gentrification, which Teresa and Anna already explained. We see it every day in our streets. For example, there was a guy, found this online, from like Oakland to Antioch, which is like an hour of public transportation away, because his apartment was $1,000 a month. It jumped from 1,000 to almost 2,000 a month. And so, as Teresa said, this displaces a lot of minorities. I think it's half of our African American population in Oakland, which is like a large part of the Oakland population, has been displaced because of that. And the cause of this is partly because of the minimum wage. And also another thing is that Oakland's minimum wage is expected to be raised to $15 an hour by 2020, but it's still not a living wage because by then inflation would have caught up.
So Shannon, like 1 more minute. You want to do anything? Just 1 minute. Yeah. Good.
Hi, I'm Shan Ming. I'm Shan Ming. So I wanted to mention that our school is also an example of how gentrification is taking place in Oakland. This is the last school year that we're going to be in the school building itself. After this, it's going to be demolished to build up condos, right? Um, so as a government class and the school itself in general, we've had to go to like our city council and to vouch for getting another school location that could still cater to our low income and minority students. We've been vouching for locations in like downtown Oakland because that's where people can easily congregate.
Okay, so since we only have about 10 minutes left, so the last thing we'll do is how about each school kind of talk about what they're hoping for the next president to do as far as addressing some of the issues we just talked about. So how about a minute each about what they hope the next president will do. We'll start off with Bonnee.
Okay. Okay. So
You have to speak up.
So we all kind of did a letter to the president, to the next president. I'm not gonna read directly what I said, but I know what I said. So I just kind of hope that the next president will address some of the basically all the topics that we have talked about, or like the topics that affect us the most, which is gun control and like minimum wage and college tuition. There's obviously more, but like those are really important. I really hope the next president will talk about them as well as take a lot of responsibility into helping them become easier to either like make more, well, to have it accommodate to society better than it is currently.
Who's next?
So yeah, basically the issues that we just talked about is all like it affects everyone. It affects every American family, and the president should be the person guiding us to like the solutions to every issue. So I feel like he should, even though there are like people already standing up to these issues and trying to solve it, he or she, whoever would be president, should be the one to guide them to the solution because he or she has the power to do so. Sort of.
Yeah, so like again, I think one thing that was kind of missing from our discussion, I felt like, was climate change. So like, I really want a president who doesn't think that climate change is a myth.
If you don't
So yeah, like it really needs to be addressed. Like this year, I think every month had record high temperatures, and that's just the way it's going to be from now until we do something about it. And honestly, we're too late to change reverse the damage, but we can try to slow it down. And yeah, so I really want a president who can do, who will do anything and everything that they can to treat the environment with respect, I guess. Yeah.
Something I want the next president to take over responsibility is the national debt. I would like the president to find solutions to reduce the national debt of the United States as of now, because I feel as though as we're progressing towards the future, we'll be the people who have to help decrease the national debt. And I think as the people of today, they also have responsibility towards how we should decrease national debt.
An issue that you think is important for everyone to fix.
I mean, you guys pretty much.
We all have the mic. We have the mic.
Yeah, and also something we all I feel like an issue is also that should be fixed, which is like Islamophobia, because that has been going on without anyone without it being like resolved or anything. And I feel like this is really common right now because like 71 incidents has been happening throughout last year, and it's been increasing this year. So I feel like for me, I think that the reason why it's been happening and it's been going on is because like not a lot of Americans know about Islam and like where's the history behind it and what like the religion is about. So I feel like if the president can like help guide us into understanding what it is and like doing workshops in like schools and everything, so I feel like that would help out a lot.
One more, literally the last thing. But another big thing, kind of like Islamophobia, police brutality is something that really needs to be addressed. We watch in the news everything about like innocent and unarmed people of color specifically being killed by police for either reasons that don't make sense or no reason at all, for like, oh, I feared for my life, or it was that whole thing. But I think that's something that the next president really should address and take action on, because I don't like the people's voice is very important, but like when you have a leader like the president also talking about it and seeing how important it is to talk about it and fix it, it makes it even more important for America. Anybody else?
Yes. Jacob.
Which who's next? Us? Yeah, us. The president helping Native American people in North Dakota, I think they should really take a stand in how the police are enforcing it, because the protesters are unarmed and they're being shot with bullets, and like dogs are being released on them. I think that's really unnecessary, and they should be finding an alternative route for the pipeline instead of going through burial sites and like sacred lands. And yeah.
And I guess it was announced yesterday that Obama had sent the Army Corps of Engineers to discuss a reroute of the pipeline, so it won't be such trouble.
Do you guys know that?
And that maybe they could discuss alternatives to, rather than having a pipeline going through reservations, they could use wind and solar to produce energy for us.
Stick your head in
there.
Okay, so I'm hoping the president, well, I know Hillary Clinton announced her new college compact, the $350 billion program for 4-year college programs, but I don't think they should be focusing on that. I think they should be focusing more on technical skills, but because there are so many jobs not being filled because people don't have the skills, and most of those skills are technical skills. So I really think the route they should be taking is in technical skills and not focusing on 4-year colleges.
Say something?
Yes.
So my issue was that I believe, in a way, minimum wage and all the criminalization of these people is correlated to going to college. If people don't know about these issues, they have no way of actually understanding and fixing it. So the college tuition reform is something that I believe our president should make available to everyone. That way, in the future, we can advance and actually make America great again. So yeah.
Donald Trump.
Good.
Okay, we're good.
Hi, my name is Jesus Telitude, and I'm a senior. So what I want for the next president is someone who will unite this nation and not separate us because of our religion, because our gender, our sex, our sexual orientation. I want someone who will unite this nation and as a whole. I feel that the college tuition thing is also a major thing. I want we should not punish young people for getting an education. Rather, we should encourage people to get an education. And that's what I believe in. So that's what I believe the next president should do.
All right. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, the students from Philadelphia. I want to thank the students from New Mexico. I want to also thank my students. I will thank them. Many of them left for their other class, but some of them are still here. I think that this was very worthwhile, and I appreciate it. We'll do it after the election again. We'll meet after the election, and we'll talk more about this, okay? I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you understand, and we'll talk after the election.
Thank you.
Say thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Tilp appreciates it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.